Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. So here we go again. After all the years of fear-mongering, after every leftoid telling us for years upon years, it's almost been a decade at this point, that Trump supporters are violent and scary people that must be avoided. Oh, those MAGA extremists, you want to cross the road. If you see anybody headed towards you with a MAGA hat walking on the sidewalk, quickly, for your own safety, hide behind a vehicle or something, because that MAGA extremist gremlin is gonna come and take your lunch money. It's been the same freaking nonsense forever. An all-out, widespread, anti-Trump supporter fear-mongering campaign, and again, all built on this premise that Trump supporters are violent, scary people. But as per usual, I don't know how many times I've said this, we've laid the challenge out a million times, just waiting for these leftoids to respond with some actual examples of Trump supporters on the attack. You can obviously sense the sarcasm in my voice. I'm not going to present you with any clips of red hat Trump supporters attacking anyone, because those clips don't exist. The only examples of that we have where Trump supporters are attacking anything, it's usually in self-defense, because the reality here is the only people that are emotionally deranged enough and unhinged enough to randomly attack people on the streets because of their different political views, the only people doing this stuff are the Kamala supporters, formerly Biden supporters and formerly Hillary supporters. It's the leftoids. And boy, oh boy, I guess it's freaking Christmas or something, because I got two examples of this to show you guys, both dropping in the same week. It's been freaking 10 years and leftoids still can't give us a single example of a Trump supporter attacking innocent liberals in the streets. The only example they have is the Juicy Smollett situation. In other words, they have nothing. Meanwhile, these leftoid activists keep on committing violent acts. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so like I said, it just doesn't happen the other way. It's never happened that somebody's just been wearing a Biden 2020 shirt, a Hillary 2016 shirt, now a Kamala 2024 shirt. It's never happened that somebody's just been innocently standing around only to then get randomly attacked by a Trump supporter. But that's exactly what happens the other way around.
What are you drinking?
Coke.
Gotta stay hydrated.
Exactly.
Alright, so you're voting for Donald Trump.
Yes.
How come?
Because he's the best for the country. Because he's the best for the
Look at
country.
this weird guy.
Yeah,
He's never lifted weight in his life.
They call us weird.
Are you really gonna hit me? Are you really gonna hit me? You wanna go to jail for assault? You look like,
What's wrong with the Democrats?
you look like Thomas Crooks. You look like Thomas Crooks. You're crazy. You better get out of here before you get your ass kicked. What a psycho.
What's wrong with the Democrats?
You're about to go viral, motherfucker. We got that on camera. Little soy boy.
I can't believe it. First of all, I want to pause the frame on this shot right here. I got to give this individual with the pink shorts some really, really important life advice. If you don't know how to move your own body, or like my dad used to say, if you got two left feet and you can't effectively conduct motor skill operations, well then you probably shouldn't be charging at anyone in a violent and vicious manner. I'd also like to point out that these are the people who keep telling all the gun-loving, hard-working, real masculine patriots that they wouldn't stand a chance during a civil war. This is what you're freaking up against. But of course, this Kamala supporter knows this. He knows that he was always picked last in gym class. He knows that he doesn't have what it takes to be a tough guy. But regardless, he acts this way because Kamala supporters have been so radicalized, they're so emotionally susceptible, that they simply lose control. And this has been the effect of the last 8.5 years of news coverage and the general political dialogue. It's become so extreme. The left keeps talking about division. Donald Trump is the source of all division. And you know what? It's certainly a good talking point, and it works because there's a lot of people who fall for it. People voted for Joe not because they liked Joe Biden, but because they wanted an end to all the chaos and drama. They believe leftoids when leftoids were saying that Trump is the cause of all of this division. You just got to get rid of him and things will go back to normal. But that's never actually been the case. It's always been more of like a threat, or at least that's the way that I perceive it. It's vote for our candidate, or else we will continue to sow division and cause all this chaos. That's more like it, and I hope people are realizing, because what you just saw on camera, as pathetic as it is, as cringe and weird and frankly hilarious as it is, Adam Francisco once again putting himself in harm's way. He's a swell dude, by the way. You should follow him on Twitter, Instagram, and I think he might have TikTok. But as funny as it is, it's a direct example of what the left is doing, the chaos that they're sowing. This is what happens when you brainwash entire swaths of people to believe that their freedom is under attack, or that groups of people are under attack. This is what happens when you continuously say over and over again that everything's a genocide. People, and especially notoriously very gullible and emotionally susceptible people fall for it. They take it as if it's literal. This is the division that they say Trump is responsible for. Excuse me, but it's not, and frankly, it's a perfect microcosm. You have two dudes. We don't know if the other one's a Trump supporter. You got a Trump supporter interviewing possibly a Trump voter or a guy who's just kind of like whatever, apolitical. You got two guys just trying to have a normal conversation, talking mostly about politics, policy, things that should be non-controversial, things that we used to be able to discuss, no issues at all. You got two dudes just exercising their freedom, standing in a public area, and then you've got the unhinged weirdo who charges in aggressively. I mean, that right there is the perfect example. It represents the entire dynamic. And we're sitting here getting gaslit over the last 10 years as if we're the crazy people. Meanwhile, we're dealing with this nonsense all the time. I lost friends over my support of Trump. I lost friends when I started this YouTube channel. And that's wild to think of because, I had buddies that I was friends with for a very long time, and I thought I was a great friend. I did so much for these people. I had one buddy who was going through some rough times. His parents were going through divorce. I would show up to this guy's house every weekend with my car. He didn't have a car. I would go pick him up to get him out of that situation. I'd bring him to my place, and we'd play video games and have a good time. I'd pay for his food sometimes. I thought we were the best of friends. He was my buddy, but then it all went to crap over political differences because certain people just fell for it. It's unbelievable. And then to be told that I'm the crazy person when everyone around me is acting legitimately insane, it's just the highest order of gaslighting. And now look, in the intro, I said I was going to play 2 clips. My apologies. I kind of went on a whole monologue after playing that first clip. I guess I gave most of the commentary, but we don't only have 1 clip, we actually have 2. This one is slightly more aggressive, so I might have to cut some of the parts, but essentially it's the same thing. You have a live streamer. I actually recognize this guy's face. He's a little bit of an agitator. He's not a genuine or honest person. I don't even think he's really a Trump supporter. To be fair, if you know who this person is from back in the Ice Poseidon live streaming days, I don't think he's smart enough to have legitimate political opinions. But anyways, the point is, it might be a social experiment, whatever it is. He's walking down the street. I guess he's wearing some Trump paraphernalia, and look at the way he's treated.
You love Trump?
What?
You love Trump?
Yeah, why? Stay away from me. Stay away from me.
Get away from me. I'm gonna beat you with this battery.
Now, I already described who the guy is, and you could tell that, honestly, he was even in the wrong a little bit because I think he let off that pepper spray or that mace way too early. Trust me when I tell you guys that this is a live streamer looking for trouble. But the point is, again, you're a Trump supporter walking in the streets and you're being accosted and attacked, aggressively approached. People simply want to do you harm. They see that you exist in an area like Hollywood and they feel as though they can attack you with impunity.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
That's why I need to be here.
When you're in their neighborhood, to them it's almost as if it's open season. You're not supposed to be here. You're an outsider. You disagree with us politically. Therefore, we're gonna shun you, exile you, and even to the extent of attacking you and inflicting political violence. It's a bigoted, exclusionary, intolerant group of people who are obviously being radicalized by the message. I mean, call me crazy, but the people who should be condemned are those who aren't responsible enough to be able to control themselves from attacking people for simply voicing their support for Donald Trump. I feel like those are the people and those are the actions specifically that should be demonized, but I don't know, maybe I was just raised old school or something. What an absolute farce, and I'll just continue to expose it. These are the violent extremist people who are causing division in our society today. It's as clear as frickin' day. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.